Welcome back, everybody. I'm glad you are here. In this video, we are going to start setting up our WordPress environment in the dashboard by setting up our first actual theme we're going to be using and installing Elementor, which is going to be a site builder. Now, there are actually a few ways you can do this. You don't need a theme for this when you're using, you don't need a specific theme that is when you're using Elementor, but I like using OceanWP. It is recommended through Siteground as one of the top themes, WordPress themes to use with Elementor. There are other themes you can use like the X theme, and there is even the Elementor base theme. But for this exercise, we're just going to use OceanWP as it's very flexible. I wanted to show you all the different tools it has. Some people might say it's a little bit bloated, and it might be a little bit bloated for much larger projects. For smaller projects, with the amount of customization options available and the kind of clients that you're going to want to be working with, they're going to want these kinds of customization options available to them, even if they might not use it. So let's go ahead and get started by first installing the OceanWP theme. So we're going to go under Appearance and Themes. And keep in mind, you can always change your themes at a later date. You can even use your own custom theme through custom coding and uploading it to your WordPress themes directory. So we're going to go ahead and click Add New Theme. And before we do that, we see there are 3 themes that do come with WordPress. We're not going to use any of these. We're just going to go Add New Theme. And we're going to type in OceanWP. We're going to install this theme. This theme is actually quite flexible, and technically you don't even need Elementor for this theme, as it provides you with a lot of tools and capabilities to build your own website with this. But just again, for the exercise, I'm going to show you how to combine these two to create your own WordPress website, as everything is pretty much just going to be clicking through a lot of things without too many configuration options and almost literally no coding involved. So we have that activated, and let's go ahead and take a quick look. It's not going to be too much of a difference. So we have a pretty basic display of our website. We obviously need to be updating a lot of things here, so we're going to go ahead and start doing that. So under Themes, we're going to go ahead and click Customize. And what I like to do is I like to have my live website here, or my website, and then our themes options and WordPress options here, so I can just refresh and see it happening live. Now, what we want to do is we need to update a lot of things here. So included with this video on this channel, you're going to be able to access some of the assets that are going to be provided for this landscape website, including a logo, as well as a few images you can get started with, and a video as well. First thing we want to do is we want to change this so we have, as we can see, it says recent posts. What we want to do is we want to make it say, we want the front page to show up, right? That's going to be our home page, not the posts. So let's go ahead and do that, since that's going to be the first thing that we see. So under all of the options we have here, we see homepage, settings, latest post, static pages. And as you can see, the only option we have is sample page. Why is that? That's because that's the only page that's been created so far for WordPress. So we need to actually create a few pages like the homepage and whatnot to create a static page to direct to our homepage. We can technically select sample page and then edit it into our home page. That will work. So why don't we actually go out and exit out of here, out of the customization options. And then we're going to go create our pages first. Okay, so we have 2 pages, a privacy policy and a sample page. Sample page is the quote unquote live page that comes with WordPress. We're going to go ahead and click Add New Page here. And then we're going to call this Home. That's all we need to do. Click Publish. And you can click View Page if you want. It's going to be a blank page, but I'm going to click View Pages. We're going to do this again for a few more pages. One is going to be called Contact. Publish. Home. About Us. Publish. Home. You can even do something like Services and FAQ. So we can just do Services, Publish, Home. Good. So get a few pages going here. So what we're going to do next is while we're here, we're going to create our own menu, because we're going to need to add a menu here, right? We don't see one available because there's no menu available. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Under appearances, we're going to go menus, and we're going to create our first menu here. We're going to call this, got to click into it first. Here. Oh, sorry, here. It's going to be here. This is just where it says you need to create your first menu. This is where you actually will select your menu, but you're going to call it main. I'm going to call it main menu. It's whatever you want to do. And automatically add new top level pages. This means is if you create a new page, it'll automatically add that. We don't need to do that right now, but we'll select this as the main, which is the main nav bar, and even the footer, which will show up in the footer as well, and mobile. So only in the mobile views, it'll show up. So we're going to go ahead and click create menu. Okay, great. So let's quickly refresh, and then we can always create a new menu here, but we're not going to do that. But what we want to do now is we want to start adding new pages to this new main menu. So we're going to go ahead and click the pages we made, these 4, and click add to menu. And then reorganize it, just click and drag. Home, services, about us, contact, that looks correct to me. And then just click save menu. Oops, there you go. That is good to go. Okay, so we won't see anything here yet. Oh, we do. Sorry. We do see the menu because OceanWP does come with the default menu. So once we click refreshed, we do see the menu we just created here. What we want to do is update it so it looks a little nicer. Now that the menu is done here, we're going to go now into our customize again. So I like to open up a new tab, right click, open new tab, and go to customize. It'll open up the customization options. Now we can actually set our home page to our home page. Home. Okay, now as you can see, this is the before with the recent post. This is how it's going to look after. Lots of work to do still. Now let's go back 1 dash here. And next thing we want to do is let's quickly update our main site typography. So we're going to go to typography, and we're going to go to general. Sorry, not general. We're going to go to body, and we're going to go default is going to be Lato, which is, you can choose any one you want, any kind of font you want. I'm going to go with Lato, and that's going to change the font to the Lato font style. Okay. And I want to update the font here to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to find the main menu, and I'm going to change it to, let's see, 16. So if I increase this a little bit more, I can see it a little bit bigger there. Okay, 16. And I'm going to want this to be capitalized as well. So fonts, text transform, all uppercase. Sorry, uppercase, not capitalized. Capitalized will just do the first letter. That looks good so far, but we don't want the blue. We want the theme color. So I'll add the theme color in the description for this video. I'm just going to grab it here on my end here. I want the font color to be the off green. So we're going to need to change that color, and we're going to change all these colors eventually. I'm going to go back 1, and I'm going to go ahead and update this landscape website to show the menu. So under site identity, sorry, this is where the icon is, not here. It's going to be under, I believe, header and logo. Okay, so back in the main section here, header, logo. This is where we're going to select the logo, and I'm going to click and drag the logo I have for you guys here. Let me just grab it. Something simple I made. You can add whatever logo you want. Doesn't have to be this one. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to skip cropping because I want that whole logo. And whoa, it's too big. So I'm going to just quickly readjust this, and this will adjust the size accordingly. So let's say that's okay. Let's make it an even 100. Okay, and one maximum height. So that's good for now. We can always adjust that later. So we kind of have a navigation bar set up so far, which is looking decent, right? So I want to get rid of the top bar here too. So I'm going to just go move back 1 and go where it says top bar. And right now you might want something like free shipping for like an e-commerce store, or contact this number for support, something like that. We might add that later, but we're going to go ahead and disable that for now. That's gone. Perfect. Next thing we want to do is we want to maybe start changing the colors a little bit. Okay, so let's go into header. Let's go into menu and just start changing the colors. As you can see, the blues are showing up here. We're going to change this to the off green color I have. Kind of a darker green. As you can see, that's changed. And top border, there's no top border, but I'm going to change it now. That's done. And then under general, we want to just make sure that we have everything good here. So this is the kind of style that we have for the header, and I'm going to just show you the different navigation styles we have. We have minimal, transparent, top menu, full screen, center, medium, vertical, custom header. This will dictate how your navigation bar will look. So if we do top menu, you'll see that the menu bar is now at the very top, and then the logo is here. If we do medium, now it looks like this. So it depends on the style you want. You can always change this at a later date. Now, keep in mind, all of this below, everything here is going to be dictated by Elementor. So this will change based on Elementor here. This will be dictated by the theme itself. Keep that in mind. Okay. So and down the road, you might want to change this to see how it looks for different navigation bars. I find this really quick and easy to do. You can also use something like Elementor Header and Footer Creator. There is a paid and free version plugin that you can download. Those are actually really good to use as well. It requires a bit more knowledge in Elementor, but here this is pretty straightforward and just a few clicks away to getting it started. Good for, if you're starting out theme development through the dashboard itself, as opposed to custom development through coding. So we have that. Let's actually change this back to minimal. I like just the basic navigation bar here and then the logo on the right. That's good. And what we actually want to do is we want to make this whole navigation bar green. Okay, so let's add our logo green color and let's add that. Okay, so that matches the color for that. And as you can see, this whole bar is now green, which looks starting to give it some more character, right? We want to move this down a little bit further and maybe change this to white as well. So to do that, we are going to go to our menu and just take a look at all the options available here. No, not menu. We want to just change the colors for this. So yeah, sorry, it is menu for the fonts, but to move this down, it's not under the menu. So we want to change it to white, like that. That looks better. Okay. That's good. Looks good. Let's go back. And then let's go back to general. And you could technically do padding for general for the header. So if you just, whenever I want to test something, I'll just do it and then see if it is the result I want. If it isn't, then I'm gonna just change it back to whatever previous values it were. So this changes pretty much everything here. I may not want to do that. I may just want to do the actual nav bar. So I'm going to go find that. And you can also do header here. As you can see, this actually is more likely what I want. So why don't I do, let's say 80 is actually not bad. So 80 is okay. The reason why we got a lot more space here is because this landscape is a lot taller than the container for this. So we're going to keep it like this for now. This looks okay. I might increase the size for this later, but for now, this is good. This is what we want. We're going to click publish and save this. Okay, great. So we're going to stop here, and next video, we're going to actually start working on the mobile menu for this. As you can see, it's almost good, but we can make it better. Okay, so catch me in the next video, and we'll get to that.